Hi, I'm Brandy Connor. I've been in the lodging and hospitality industry my entire life. My company has helped thousands of hotel owners improve their business. And in this season of Hotel Incredible, I take you to the most unique, boutique, and beautiful properties all across the country. Follow me as I explore these extraordinary places and see how they've transformed guest experience from good to incredible. Nestled deep in the forest of Mohican State Park outside of Cleveland, Ohio, sits one of the most unique resorts I've ever seen. Built by the Amish and designed by renowned master builder Pete Nelson, welcome to the Mohicans Treehouse Resort.
Brandy, so nice to see you.
Welcome for having me. What an extraordinary and beautiful property you have here.
Thank you so much. I feel the same way. I'm the owner, but every day when I'm here, I get overwhelmed with the beauty, the natural beauty. I feel what you're feeling for sure.
So tell me some more about the Mohicans Treehouse Resort. How did this all come to be?
Well, about 20 years ago, we purchased property in this area. We had been coming here since my husband and I were teenagers. We had a friend that lived locally and had a farm. And we had been visiting his place, bringing our children here for about 10 or 15 years, but children grow and move away. So the property was a little dormant, and my husband and I were trying to think of creative ways to use the property. So we decided to start building cabins, and we had been property owners and landlords in the Cleveland area, which is where we're from. And so it felt like a natural choice for us. So we built some cabins and started renting them. And then we got connected with Pete Nelson, who is known as the Treehouse Master.
Yes.
And he worked with us on our first treehouse. And at that time, his show, Treehouse Masters, was being aired on Discovery Channel. And they filmed our second treehouse for the show, and the reception for the treehouse, experience grew like crazy in the US and probably around the world. So we continued to build treehouses, one a year on average. So we currently have 8 treehouses, working on 2 more. And it's been a real positive experience, a real joy for our lives and our families and all of the guests that visit us.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. I would love to take a look at some of these tree houses. Can you show me around?
Absolutely. We'll try to get you in the ones that I would say have some really special, unique features that are really popular with our guests.
Sounds great. Let's go.
All right. Welcome, Brandy.
Wow.
This is the Tin Shed Treehouse.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. We really had a good time designing this one. It's very unique. It has a 100-foot extension bridge, which was my husband's baby. He was bound and determined that we were going to have a treehouse with a very dramatic entrance. So he came up with this concept to have an extraordinarily long extension bridge. And it does have a lot of movement. Some people are a little nervous about crossing it, but it really is an exciting way to access this treehouse.
And how long is it?
It is about 100 feet.
Wow.
We hired a unique special crew that is a part of the zipline industry to help us construct it, and my son helped as well. So yeah, that was one project in itself, getting that feature installed, and then we started working on the treehouse once that was complete.
Wow, tell me about this garage door we have.
So another wonderful feature about this treehouse is a full-size garage door that opens during the warm weather. So people can enjoy their stay here in the summertime, open the garage door, and essentially feel like they're outside up in a tree.
Unbelievable. How did you get that idea?
I would say that one of our goals is to have something unique and a feature that you would not find in your own home per se. And this particular treehouse, that was the feature that we came up with, was a garage door. You know, you'll see them at restaurants and things like that, but we wanted to bring that concept to a more residential type space, so that's what we came up with. But that is our goal, to do something like that with each of the tree houses.
Wow, what a unique idea. I have never seen that in a tree house before, so that's unbelievable.
That's great. Well, we're accomplishing our goal. Another thing about this tree house is we like to use reused materials. So material acquisition is very important to us and takes a lot of our time. My husband spends many of his days scouting the rural areas of Ohio, looking for barns or outbuildings that have material on the exterior that we can reuse. Maybe they were going to tear the structure down and it would go to waste. So we have a stockpile of materials, and this is an example of one of the structures that we have reused some materials. The lower part of these rooms has red barn siding on it, and the exterior was a shed, that darker brown.
Wow.
So just coordinating the colors, the unique colors. We try not to change anything. We try to incorporate them in the design and the features of each treehouse, and then we'll just do like a polyurethane finish on them just to highlight.
Wow, that's so amazing. Now, tell me about your relationship with your husband and how that's unfolded to this beautiful place.
Well, we've known each other since we were 16. We met in high school and dated and were married very young. He has some wonderful things about his personality that complement mine and vice versa. He's very dynamic and he's very creative, thinks outside the box, kind of is a visionary. And I am more of a detailed person. Mm-hmm. I like to get into the weeds and tick and tie things. So while he's creating these, or making these beautiful dreams come to life, I can come in behind him and help facilitate that process. I said most of the time he's already moved on by the time we're finishing up something, but it's been great because without both of those different character traits, I don't think we could have built what we have today.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's such a beautiful story.
Thank you.
It sounds like that combination has just worked out perfectly.
It definitely, and this business accentuates each of those things that we're good at, mm-hmm. or that skill set that we're good at, in a fantastic way. I mean, being able to build tree houses and provide vacation rentals for guests is a very niche industry, yes. And it, like I said, it's just allowed us to really flourish in the things that we're good at.
Oh, that's amazing. Before we go to the next one, I've got to see the suspension bridge. Can you show it to me?
I can't wait. Follow me. Watch your head. All right, so it's gonna have quite a bit of swing, but it's okay. You can hang on to the sides as well.
Okay.
We recently had to add a regular staircase because we would have guests arrive and they would be too nervous to come across the swinging bridge.
I can imagine.
So, yeah. Whew. So there's a little bit of up and down movement as well, but
wow.
It's actually a lot of fun. Kids
so cool.
love to run back and forth across it.
Yeah. I love it. Wow.
Yeah, you can see over. Just that gives you a totally different perspective. And then it has a little bit of an incline here.
Okay.
And we put the chicken wire down so you could have good traction, because in the winter it would get a little bit slippery.
Wow. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, more with Hotel Incredible and the Mohican Treehouses. Welcome back to Hotel Incredible and my interview with Laura Mooney and her amazing treehouses.
To the sea, go and drift away with the tide. We could sweat all through the summer and the winter we could freeze. I'll be there through it all at your side. So go.
I am so excited to show you this unique treehouse. It's called the Airstream, or we call it the Silver Bullet because it is silver and it's long and skinny.
Wow.
Yeah, this.
I mean, I've seen an Airstream, but not an Airstream in a treehouse.
Yes, this was a creative idea of my husband's again. He acquired this old, I think it's from the 70s, Airstream, and decided that we would incorporate it into our treehouse theme. So we completely gutted it and retrofitted it to fit our aesthetic. And then we orchestrated having it lifted into this space and then built the treehouse platform around it. So,
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine them lifting it up to bring it here.
It was quite a feat and very nerve-wracking, but we did a lot of research and how to do it properly and safely. So we contracted cranes and things like that, and we lifted it up, and I think we live streamed it on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's confidence.
Okay, that's so cool. So tell me about all the things that you did inside.
So it was very old and dilapidated inside, but the structure and the shell of itself was in great shape. So again, what we wanted to do is incorporate the aesthetic of our tree houses that we had already built into the feel of the Airstream. Yes. So with our reused materials, we did a cedar roof and retrofitted it for that rounded ceiling feel and maintained that instead of squaring it off, which was a real challenge. And then we used a lot of the barn reuse for the lower part in the walls and installed a beautiful floor and kind of tried to stick with the same floor plan, kept the bedroom at the back, and we put in a barn door. But one of the most exciting things we did with this treehouse is we did a bump out of a huge modern bathroom with a steam shower. So I'd love to show it to you.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right. All right, just watch your head. We have low ceilings, not too low though.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
This
pretty
is
special.
adorable. Wow. Oh my gosh, you have a whole dining area.
Yes,
It's a bedroom.
the same kind of space that you would find in a traditional Airstream. It kind of has a hippie vibe, which was our goal. We have a record player, so we have records that we provide, but we tell our guests, bring your old records and you can play them while you're here. And yeah, fun stuff. But like I said, we've retrofitted it, used a lot of our reused wood. One of the things we try to do in our tree houses is add some luxury finishes. So most of our tree houses will have granite. The bathroom has marble. So very durable, long-lasting, and elegant feel. Even to a rustic space, we try to incorporate those types of features as well. We've also done some high-end flooring. We'll do black walnut in some of our floors and things like that. They're small spaces, so it's not a major expenditure, so we can go use some high-end finishes because you don't need a lot of material, but it just has a more elegant feel.
That's such a great point, that since it's a smaller space, it really doesn't cost that much, but to elevate that experience, it really goes a long way.
Yeah, things that you think about when you're working with a treehouse space versus a big home or a building or something like that. One of the other wonderful features is our large bathroom. We did a bump out of the space because obviously we couldn't create a bathroom in the confines of the Airstream itself. So we did a bump out, and it's about half the size of the entire Airstream itself, but marble and tile, and then the steam shower feature is something that our guests just really enjoy, something you wouldn't have at your home in most cases.
I love how you're blending such luxury in with this rustic feeling. I mean, that's just so extraordinary.
That's something that our guests do say to us, that they didn't expect the level of amenities when they come and visit us. They're thinking more of a camping experience, but when they come in and they feel luxury bedding and these other features, they're really surprised and they want to come back.
Oh, that's so great. So now I heard that there's another one that you have called El Castillo.
Yes, El Castillo. It's a 2-story, very elegant, rich feel to it, and it's popular because of its king-size bed. Whoever thought you could fit a king-size bed in a treehouse, but we could.
All right, let's check it out.
Great, love to show you.
Wow, I don't think I'll ever see an Airstream up in the air again. When we come back, more with my interview with Laura Mooney. You won't want to miss it. Welcome back to Hotel Incredible and Laura Mooney's tour of her amazing treehouse resort.
So Brandy, I'm going to show you the upstairs of El Castillo Treehouse.
Oh my gosh.
It's very spacious up here. I know, who would expect it?
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. It has a king bed, which is a wonderful option for a lot of our guests because there's not a lot of space in tree houses generally. So we've been able to carve out this upstairs space and put a king size bed in, which our guests really enjoy. One of the other beautiful features of this tree house is this octagonal ceiling. This is cherry wood that we reused. Our carpenters, milled it and cut it special for this tree house. So we just love that it shows off the shape of this beautiful ceiling. We also installed this beautiful chandelier. It kind of goes with the castle theme of this tree house. You can feel it kind of has a heavy feel, kind of luxurious with our red velvet curtains and things like that. So
yes.
Again, each tree house is unique in its own way, although I think we carry a certain feel throughout all of them. But these are the special features of this tree house at least.
Yeah, also very romantic.
Very romantic. We have a lot of elopements, and we also have a lot of engagements that take place at our tree houses.
Oh, I bet.
Anniversaries as well.
Beautiful. Now, how did you get the inspiration to do a castle theme?
I think it started with the shape. Mm-hmm. So every time we design a tree house, we have to select a location for it, and that location is determined by the trees. And once we find a location that works with the tree configuration, we look at options for the shape of the treehouse, the ultimate design of it. So this treehouse in particular is placed between two very large pine trees, and they're very tall. So they allowed for us to have a very tall treehouse versus a lower treehouse. So again, the trees and the location really dictates the shape of the treehouse that we can ultimately build.
That's so interesting. Now, you talked about also how tree houses differ in the sense of some are built on stilts, some are true tree houses. Can you elaborate on that?
Correct. So all of our tree houses are actually built with the hardware and the design of an authentic tree house where the tree actually supports the tree house, where in some instances it may appear to be a tree house, but it's basically on stilts without the actual support of a tree. So we have that hardware, that special hardware and design features incorporated into all of our tree houses. So to us, they are authentic tree.
Wow, that's so interesting. So share with me some more about the differences and the nuances of building a tree house versus just a regular residential home.
I'd love to tell you about that because it's not a simple process and people are very curious. How do you have hot water in a tree house? Right. How do you have flushing toilets? How do you have electricity? Things like that. So we had to learn that process by probably making mistakes. But every time we've built a tree house, we've learned how to keep the water from freezing because we're not on the ground. So it's very cold in Ohio. So we have very cold winters, providing heat and warmth, and also having all the utilities, because we're in middle of rural Ohio. We're not on city water or things. So we had to learn how to incorporate all of those features in a tree house out here in the middle of the woods. But we've managed to do it, and we've learned to do it very well. So our pipes don't freeze, and we have flushing toilets and water and all of those important things for our guests. So they feel like they're very connected.
Wow, absolutely. It's amazing how you can be off-grid, but still really connected to have all of those creature comforts still.
Exactly. We've managed to, over time, be able to make that work in this rural environment. Because this treehouse is a little bit larger, we were able to do some special things in here that we really couldn't do in other tree houses. One includes our spiral staircase. So we have the black walnut floors. Our carpenters created and designed this spiral staircase. And these grapevine railings are right from our woods. So grapevines are native to Ohio. They grow in the forest and they wrap around trees.
Wow.
So we have a lot of that in our areas. So we just have our equipment come and pull these grapevines down, and they're very rigid, and we've incorporated them into the staircase. So it's a local feature which we'd like to highlight. And also our shower downstairs has natural stone. So it really feels like you're in a castle in a shower. So again, just some special features that I'd like to highlight in this treehouse.
Well, all of these amenities are truly exceptional. I love how you have all of these luxuries that you've integrated into this property.
Thank you. That's always our goal, to exceed expectations and really surprise our guests with something special.
Well, it's truly incredible. And I just thank you so much for taking the time and for allowing me to come and see your beautiful property.
Any chance we have to talk with people who are interested about our property, about our tree houses, and to learn more, we're happy to have you.
Well, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Wow, what an incredible location. What I like especially is how they blended rustic with luxury amenities. I'm also really inspired by the fact that Laura and her husband did this together, and this is truly an expression of love and their love for each other. I think that it's so important that other hoteliers follow in Laura's example of providing a unique and exceptional experience for their guests. I'm Brandy Connor with Hotel Incredible. See you next time.